Hey there, welcome to Ask TJ About Marketing. I'm your host, Terry Johnson from TerryJohnsonOnline.com, here to talk to you today about basic marketing questions that you may have never had answered, or maybe you did have the answer, but we're going to talk about those basic marketing questions here, get into a little discussion about how you can use this information to grow your business or your brand online and get your goals met. So we're going to have a discussion about today's question, get into a little bit of detail and information and background, get that question answered, and find out more about what you need to know in order to build your marketing strategy to get your goals accomplished online. Today's question is, all right, so we're going to talk about customer-centric strategy today. And, this ties in with AI because you can use AI to get this information. So when I mean customer-centric strategy, I mean putting the customer first, or in this case, if you're starting out with your brand, you put your audience first because your audience is going to be your customers, right? That's the deal. That's why we're on social media, because you're talking to a group of people about something they may need or want. And then you say, hey, come on over here with me, customer journey, call to action to my business where I have it set up, whatever system you got up to make sales, whether it's online or offline, you got a system to make sales and you put them in, you bring them over because it's something they want. You're not manipulating, you're not tricking, none of, we're not doing those things. So I think that's what a lot of people have to understand. There's no tricks here. Right. When you're on social media and you're building your brand and you're starting with this customer-centric focus, you're going to sell. People are going to buy. Why? Because you're customer-centric, and that means focusing on the wants, needs, and desires of your audience. Okay? Once you do that, they're in. They're tied in. It's like, well, this and think about this. When someone wants to buy a car, what do? They do a lot of research first, online, whatever. But what do? What kind of action do they take? They go to the dealership.
Right.
Because we're not at the point right now where the car comes to us, right?
It's like trying on clothes.
Yeah.
I need to go try it on, and then maybe I'll buy it online.
Right. The tactile part of it of jeans. I need to try on the jeans, even though I go to, let's say, whatever online and they say, oh, get size whatever in this color. Yeah, sure. But I still got to try them on because every jeans are cut differently by brand.
Right.
So,
and a vehicle is the same type of a thing.
Yes.
You got to get the feel for the car. I need a test drive.
I need to sit in it. I need to look at it. I need to sit in it. I need to imagine myself there and test drive.
And see, and so Tesla, when you go to buy a Tesla, you go to the dealership and test drive the car.
Yes, that process will be there.
And then you order the car.
So here's the deal. AI could do all of the stuff, but I got to get to the dealership. Because as humans, we got to touch, that's tactile. We got to touch things. We got to smell the interior. We got to see ourselves in it. We got to see the color. What kind of red is it? And you might see the red or whatever color online, but you still got to go to the dealership because online colors are not the same as in life colors because it's something we have called eyes. Right. They perceive things differently in reality versus seeing on the screen. And so but what are the steps that the dealership or the manufacturer, because with a car is the manufacturer and the dealership, they're in partnership because they want to sell. So that's what we need to do. Online, you need to think of your audience as, well, you got to educate them because your audience is going to be a customer. They're not a customer today, but you've got to get their attention somehow. So we got to think that way when we're online. I always say people get online and they start selling. Oh, buy my course, buy my this, buy my product, buy my... How do you know that person's in the market? Just because everybody's on social media or online or whatever, that does not make them your customer. So you got to have information. You got to talk in a certain way. You got to have a conversation. You got to speak their language, all because you working in a customer centric way instead of my business sells blah, blah, blah. No, what does your customer want that ties into your business? That's what you say. So does everybody get what I'm saying about the customer centric?
Yeah, you have to get me where I am.
Yes.
My pain points, the benefits that I'm looking for, the results that I'm looking for.
Right.
What's in it for me? Not
right.
What does the customer want to get out of your interaction?
And that we think that way because this is it. No one cares about what you do as a business. They don't care. They only care about what your business can do for them. Solutions. Okay? So that's where this is coming from. So it's about how you communicate online in the best way, in the most efficient way to talk to people who is not, everybody's not your customer, but you're talking to people who could potentially be a customer. That's what a lot of people are not grasping. So you got to do it in a customer centric way. Like, I'm online talking about my business on social media, TikTok, Instagram, wherever you are, but you're talking in a, okay, I'm talking to my customer, even though they're not a customer today, but you want to attract those who may be. So you got to speak their language. We talked about last week about the hook, about the language and the thing. So see, in this example with the cars, with the manufacturer, the hook is the car. So do you ever see a car commercial where there's no car? I have it. Because that signal with the car and the commercial is to people who want to buy a car. In the back of their mind, they was thinking about their old clunker, but they never thought about getting a new car. But here's the shiny new car from whatever, GM, whoever. And that's the attraction versus, okay, the people that I'm not ever interested. I don't think I'm going to buy a car. I like it because I look at it for the marketing but I'm like, I'm not getting a car. So it's a dead thing for me. It's a dead end for me. But to someone else who wants a car or, that kind of feeling, the car is in there to hook you. That's the hook.
And here's the thing. If you ever decided that you wanted a car, you would have had the messaging from whoever put that out there. I know.
And maybe auto manufacturer.
And maybe you are thinking about a car for someone else in your family.
Okay, so do we see do we understand anything about the customer centric? Because it's, we talked about this a lot, but I wanted to use that term and I forgot where I saw it online. I was like, that's it. That's the term I want to use, customer centric, because you could say, well, I don't have any customers, but you have an audience, right?
And the audience becomes a customer.
Yes, but how? And that's the process that I was just saying about the car commercial from the manufacturer is the hook to get people who are thinking about, okay, I need a car. I need a new car. My mom needs a new car. My daughter, my son's going to college, need a car. My wife, whatever it is, even if it's not the person that's watching the commercial. And like Fran said, I love it. She said that it's imprinted when you see those ads. They're imprinted in your brain, even though you're not ready to buy right then. Because when they're making a commercial, they know you're not going to run out right then to the dealership. It's a hook. It's a, I didn't think about, that's the new 2024 whatever car. Oh, let me, go to the dealership and look. Or if you're not in the market, you're just going to say that's a nice car and you're going to move on. See, that's the part of it. We got to get the customer centric. So the manufacturers know who they're talking to. They're not talking to everybody, even though it's an ad on TV or, TikTok or I keep saying TikTok, online, social media, wherever. They know their message and they have professional people that write this stuff for them. They know what to say and they know how to say it. That's why I want you to get the understanding about customer centric. The car manufacturers, any kind of manufacturers that have been in business for years, they know, they've done the market research. They know their people. They know who they're talking to. They know their age group. They know where they are. They know everything about them. And that information is used by the ad agency to make the perfect ad to get the attention. See, they're not worrying about the people that are, they're not worrying about children under 18. They're not buying cars. Who's buying cars? They already know who's buying cars. So all of that goes into it. So it's customer centric. It's customer centric because they know if they get this the hook, the messaging, the copy, the language, the flow, the look of the commercial, everything, they even know what kind of look that is going to attract the right person. They know that. So all of that goes into the content that we create. So that's why I wanted us to think about the content that we create online. Start with the customer-centric focus. That means knowing everything about your customers. Not everybody is a certain person. You're making information, you're making content for them. You're not saying buy. And when you get this information, you're not saying buy my this, buy my that. That's not what we're doing. You're making it to where it looks like something you might want to do.
So there, in the back to your analogy of the car dealership, the car dealerships, depending on the car, they put you in a frame of mind for whatever it is that you want to do.
Yes, I love that you said that, frame of mind.
Yes. So the Subaru Outbacks
yes.
are framed for the people who want to get out there and hit the road, and
hikers
and
nature lovers. And
in the car, you see the car muddy.
Yes. Subaru cars are always dirty and muddy in their commercials.
All
Think
the time.
about why they do that.
Because the people who love the dirt and the mud out in nature are going to love that the car can handle that.
Yes. You don't see a Subaru commercial that's like, I'm thinking of, I've seen some commercials where they just show the car driving and there's a sunset. I'm assuming it's California because the roads are like this and the sun is shining and they got happy music. Subaru doesn't do that.
Mm-mm.
They have muddy, dirty cars showing people going in the forest, in the woods, hiking, nature lovers, all of that. Why do they do that? They do that because they know who they're talking to. Customer centric. Subaru is not trying to sell everybody. And you would think where their cars, they should be trying to sell everybody. Nope. No. They're trying to reach their people. Customer centric. They want a reliable car that's going to handle that mud and muck and stuff that they're going in.
Right.
You don't see a Mercedes commercial going into the woods with mud. That thing is clean and sharp and shiny because that's a different customer.
Mm-hmm.
And the manufacturers know it costs money to try to advertise to everyone. So let's cut all of that out. Let's save our, we got a budget. But they're like, okay, we got to get this. We got to hit the target. The target is not everybody. It's a certain that age, this, and education, and they like doing this, and they like doing that, and they don't like this, and they get into the likes and dislikes. It's like dating. They're dating that person. They know everything, and they go, here, let's serve this commercial up at this time. I don't see any car commercials in the morning. Morning news, not a one. But evening, during the nightly news, during you're watching your favorite show, car commercials galore.
You see that through sports commercials, all the sports commercials
yes.
have cars. Because
all of them, cars and beer.
Yeah, because you are in front of an audience that enjoys snacks, beer, and yes. the audience is always could be soccer players, basketball yes. players, football players, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. So but all of that is customer centric. That's customer centric strategy tied into everybody's not my customer. Know your customer, because why do you have an unlimited budget to talk to everybody in the world? No. And plus, everybody in the world is not interested in what you're selling. So you have to look at that. So this is customer centric strategy, which what it does for a small business owner, a solopreneur, is it keeps your budget trimmed. You're not talking to everybody, so you don't have to spend money on everybody.
You thought you had to be everywhere,
right?
But in the beginning stages, you needed to find out where the people you were serving
every platform
hung out.
That's a greed mentality, and we're business owners. Yes, we want revenue, but it's not greed. We want the right customer at the right time, who we don't have to do that much of push and pull to get them to buy. So this, customer centric is just a reminder for you to, when you're starting to make your content, when you're using ChatGPT or Jasper AI or any of the other, just tons of them, whatever tool, Bing, Bard, whatever you're using, just think customer centric focus when you're getting ready to, input what you're asking. Customer centric strategy, build on the information you have, research, make sure you got that information, speak to that person, not everybody. Think of putting out information that on social, and this is what you're doing on social media, you're putting out information, you're educating, you're laying out breadcrumbs. I always like to say that you're laying out breadcrumbs, because target audience becomes target audience, becomes customers because of the CTA and the customer journey. That's how it works. But this is more overall idea of when you're getting ready to create content with whatever tool you choose. You can use whatever you like. We're not shaming anybody. You use that tool, but think customer centric. What do I need to say and show and do in my content that's going to bring them to me, not pulling and everything. They're going to come willingly because you're giving them things that they want. Customer centric focus, customer centric strategy. That's what works. Regardless of the tool, that's what you want to start with. Okay, that's the beauty of it. It's going to be, it's a tool. It's going to be hard. Horrible people are going to do horrible things with it.
Right.
Beautiful people, we're going to do beautiful things with it. So let's be on the beautiful side, on the helpful, beautiful content side, that we're making stuff that's going to help people out and draw them in, bring them into our community and our business. That's what it's about. That's the long game versus, okay, I'm going to get a quick sell. So that's it for today's discussion, and I hope you got the information that you needed, that we answered your question thoroughly, that you got more knowledge about this topic. And if you didn't, please let me know. Reach out to me on TerryJohnsonOnline.com, or find me on your favorite social media platform under the name Terry Johnson Online. I'm pretty sure I'm on most of the platforms, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to answer your question. So reach out and ask me and get some more information, get some more detail about this question, or another question that you may have, maybe from one of the previous shows. Let me know. Reach out, Terry Johnson Online or TerryJohnsonOnline.com. So that's it for today. I'll see you next time.